So centering pregnancy was developed by a nurse midwife from Connecticut named Sharon Rising, and she started using the model in 1994 and formalized it in 1998. So it has been around now for about 20 years. And she did this with the thought of improving maternity care outcomes by enhancing the woman's social and emotional support during the pregnancy, and also enhancing her feeling of ownership and participation and responsibility in her own care. And this goal really has been achieved. Several studies have been done looking at women who participate in centering and comparing them to women who are doing more traditional care. And the women in centering have lower preterm birth rates. And in a high-risk population, that's 33% lower, which is really significant. They have higher breastfeeding rates, which really helps with the health of both the mom and the baby. They have reduced C-section rates, so they have less risk for surgery, and there are some implications for babies with C-sections as well. They come into the birth feeling better prepared, and they also have a higher satisfaction with their birth experience. So this model is now getting national attention, and that attention is coming in part in the form of money. So the Kellogg Foundation has given $600,000 to the Centering Institute, which is now quite an elaborate organization. Charlotte is part of it and has been for many years. So if you want to talk about centering on the big level, talk to Charlotte after our panel. And the CMS with the Smart Start grants has given $4 million to centering. And the March of Dimes is pretty much pouring money into centering. I don't actually know the total now, but 3 years ago it was over $4 million. And APD has actually enjoyed grants from the March of Dimes for our centering program. For 2 years, 2 previous years, we received $6,000 to support our program, and this year we received $12,000. So they have a lot of confidence that this is a really good model to be supporting. We started here at APD doing centering in 2006. We did it for about a year and a half and then had to pause because of some logistical issues. When the midwifery service moved over to Mechanic Street, we started again. That was in 2009. And we have been running groups regularly since then. In the Mechanic Street office, we started a group every other month. Now we have come back and merged with the Women's Care Center, and the midwives are taking care of essentially all of the normal pregnancies, so we are going to be doing about 10 to 12 groups a month. So a lot of women are being served in this program. My motivation for being involved in the initiation of centering at APD was first, of course, I wanted to offer something that was effective and fun and to our patients. And I also really wanted to find a way to enhance the postpartum experience for women. And I felt that if we brought women through pregnancy together, they would bond, and after the baby was born could support one another with all the challenges that they have to meet in the postpartum period. And that actually has come to fruition. I would say some groups are more cohesive with that than others, but most of the groups, we always have an email group. So they chat with each other on email. They do reunions, and they go out to lunch together. So it really has enhanced the postpartum experience for a lot of the women who have done centering. So how does this work? We usually have about 10 women, 8 to 10 women, and their partners, and partners are absolutely invited and welcomed. Not all partners come. Sometimes there's a child at home they're taking care of, or they're working the second shift. But they are, often there. So the group is pretty consistent. So once we form it in the first or second session, women can't come and go. You can't say, oh, now I want to do centering in the 5th session. So people do get to know each other, and it's cohesive. There are 10 sessions. They're 2 hours long. And so this takes the place of most of the prenatal care that the woman is going to receive. each woman gets one of these little books. So I brought a couple of examples for you guys if you want to take a look at them. And they outline the topics. So we do follow a outline of session 1. We focus on nutrition and exercise. And session 2, we focus on discomforts. I mean, it goes all the way through. We provide childbirth education and preparation. So we do relaxation exercises and talk about the physiology of birth and what to expect at the birthing center. We do a very elaborate tour of taking everybody up there and letting them see what it's going to look like when they give birth, bring out all the, all of our toys, our birthing balls and our squat bars and our stools and all that good stuff. And so that's what we do. And they get their health assessment in that 2-hour period. They come into the clinic and they have a place in their book where they record themselves, their weight and their blood pressure, which they do with the nurse. And then they get their belly checks with the midwife. And that takes about half an hour of our 2 hours, and then the rest of the time we spend discussing. And I just would like to say it really has been a pleasure and a delight to do this program at APD. We've had great support from the administration in doing it. And I'll tell just a few little anecdotes. One of my favorite moments was one of the dads. Sometimes the men are a little, apprehensive about what's this group going to be like. And but we had a dad who had gone to a breastfeeding class with his partner. And he came in and he we have some baby doll models, and he grabbed the model and he started, this is farther along in our sessions, and he started modeling all of the breastfeeding positions himself. So I thought that was kind of great. We had a mom who right in the beginning set up a Facebook group for her, centering group, and they, were posting pictures and, communicating with each other on that. So there's just been a lot of wonderful moments, and we're going to continue with this program, which I think is really successful. So they do other things with centering too. They do centering parenting, so the pediatric visits can be done in the centering model, and now I think diabetes care. So it is, as you were saying, it can really be extrapolated to other forms of care. One other little snippet is that there is this little brochure that we put on the table out there that we developed, and particular to APD, one of our students did it for us. And it does have a lot of quotes from the women and men who have gone through the program, and designed to just inform people as they're making their choice. And also we wanted to encourage the men who felt maybe a little resistant to read what other dads had to say about the program. So if you want to take a look at it, you're welcome to take them. We have plenty of them.